Hello and welcome back. Style approaches refers to the ways that developers can apply CSS style rules and properties to HTML elements. There are four approaches to that. First, using HTML inline style attribute. Second, single document specific styling using HTML style tag. Third, whole site styling using an external style sheet. Fourth, using JavaScript after element is loaded into the DOM. Now let's have a look at each one of these approaches in action. Okay, the first one we are going to look at is using inline style attribute. So I've got this document prepared for you, which is an HTML5 barebone markup, and inside of this markup I've got a paragraph tag inside of my body tag. The way this paragraph tag has been styled is called inline styling. So to style this paragraph using inline method, what I'll have to do is give an style attribute to this paragraph tag inside of the opening paragraph tag here, and set its value equal to the property I want to style this tag with. So my style property here is set to color of #FOOO and font size is set to 18 pixel. So if I try to preview it in browser, I can see that my text which was inside of this paragraph tag, I am style element, has been styled red and its font has been set to 18 pixels. So this is the inline method of styling. What we exactly do in inline styling is that we give a specific style attribute and the properties just inside of the tag itself. So let's move on to see the next style method. So the next one is single document specific styling using HTML style element. So this method is good if you want to style just a single document and you don't have multiple documents that needs to be styled using the same styling throughout those documents. So way to do this is I'll create a style tag inside of my head element in HTML markup and place all my styles inside of this style tag. So suppose we have got the same HTML element like we had got in the previous document, and here I've got paragraph tag, and I've defined a class for this paragraph tag which I'll use to reference this element inside of my style tag here. So I gave it a class of my style1, and I called this class using class selector here inside of this style tag. So this class selector has been styled with color and font properties. Color has been set to same red and font has been set to 18 pixel. If we preview it in Chrome again, and we can see it has been styled the same way it was styled previously. Okay, so let's have a look at the third style, which is whole site styling using an external style sheet. This is the most widely used method when you create a styling for site-wide files. Okay, so suppose you have got a site of 5 to 10 pages. You don't want to create inline styling in each of those pages, neither do you want to create style tags inside of each of the documents, as it will mean that you will have to copy those styles in each of those 5 or 10 pages. So the way around that is to create an external style sheet and then link that style sheet in each of those documents, so your styles will be reflected throughout all of those 5 or 10 pages. And another benefit of this is that if ever you want to change a particular style of a link, you won't have to edit the style in each of those 5 or 10 pages. You just need to edit the style in one particular file, which will be called style.css and will be placed in external folder inside of your root directory. And when you make any change to that file, it will be reflected throughout your site. So the way to do it is, suppose I've got the similar document here like we have got in the previous two examples. So I've got a paragraph tag here inside of my body tag, and it has been given a class of my_style1. So I have linked this document to external style sheet using this link tag here inside of my head element, and it has been given attributes of relative style sheet and href equal to css slash styles.css, which links it to the path where this style.css file is present. So my style.css file is present inside of CSS folder in the same root directory where this HTML document is present. Okay, so this is the style, and inside of this style.css I have called this my_style1 using class selector that I had defined on my paragraph element here, my_style1. So if I preview it in browser, you can see I've got the same styling for my paragraph element here. Okay, now let's have a look at the final and the fourth approach, which is using JavaScript after the element is loaded into the DOM. Okay, so here I have got a div element to which I have given an ID of div1 inside of my body tag here. So just below this div1 I have got some JavaScript code here. Now what this JavaScript code is doing, let's have a look. So first thing I have done here is I have set a variable called div1 and I have equated it to document.getElement by ID div1. What this does is it creates an object of this div1 and sets it equal to a variable called div1. Okay, so this is basically I am referencing this I'm referencing this div1 object using a variable called div1. Okay, so now you will style this div1 using the style attribute and can set different properties this div1. Okay, so the first thing I have done here is I have set the div1.style.width to 300 pixel. So this div will be of 300 pixel wide, and then I've set div1.style.height to 200 pixel. It will have height of 200 pixel. Next thing I did is div1.style.background to orange, which changes the background color of this div to orange. And then we have done is div1.style.padding to 20 pixel, which creates a padding of 20 pixel inside of this division. That means any content that is inside of this div will have a padding of 20 pixel around it. So next thing I did is I set an inner HTML property of this div to hello world. Okay, inner HTML property basically puts whatever is set to it inside of this div1. Okay, now let's have a look at it by previewing it in my Chrome, and here you can see all the style properties that we set to this div1 element. Okay, so that is all I've got inside of this style approaches, and I'll see you guys in my next tutorial.